Hi everyone, I'm back for another giant flower tutorial. So today we're going to search for cosmos flower. It's a simple flower, but it looks very nice when they are clustered on a group. So if you see here on the screen, I just searched on Google and look for the shape of the petals for this flower. So for cosmos, I think we will have the 8 petals, and then there's a curve in the edge of the petal, and then the center is I think it's mostly yellow for all the cosmos, and then we will do some shading at like the center part for more depth of the petals, and it adds character to the flower as well. Okay, let's just quickly look at this larger size. So for the center, there are somewhat kind of dots, but for this tutorial, I think we will just have to use crepe paper, and then it's up to you if you want to use some beads or anything more fancy for the center, but for this tutorial, I just wanna keep it very simple. So we'll just use the available material that I have. Currently, I only have the crepe paper, so I'll make use of that as the center of the cosmos flower. And for the color of the petal, it's mostly like pinks, peach, whites. But right now, I only have like a peach color crepe paper for the petals, so I'll just go with that. And then let's see how it look like in the finished product. But if you have other colors, I printed out the flower that we chose so we can easily make a template from it. So we will make 8 petals, and then the center is we will just use the crepe paper that will be cut into smaller sizes. I will not be using beads for now. And then for the petals, we will have curly edges. So like a three or three pieces of like curves at the edge. And then the size would be approximately 6 to 8 inches wide. Um, Initially, I thought it will just be 6, but when I tried to do it, it was very small. So you make it proportional with a height as well. So it will look like like not a square, but it will not look elongated as well. I hope you get my point. So it's a bit wide, but not too wide, and then it needs to be just enough length or height with the width of the petal. So you see, if you make it very long, it will be elongated. It will no longer look like a cosmos flower. It will look like another flower. Okay, so we have materials pen or pencil, ruler, and then I also have existing spray paint for the center. I didn't buy that one. And then I have some French scissor and just a normal scissor. So I wasn't able to use this French scissor. Actually, it's no longer sharp. So anyway, I also have the glue gun and the stick glue, and then a pipe. So this pipe is around, I think this was 4 inches in length, and then the width of the pipe is about 1 inch. You can use whatever you like, okay? No restrictions on this one. I have some beads here. I tried to use that and some wires that I had before, but I was not able to use that. I also have floral tapes, but I wasn't able to use that as well. Okay, let's put this aside for now. Right, moving on. I have some scratch paper that I can use for template. This one I just have a calendar that I am no longer using. And then floral wires. Currently, I only have a green one, but much better to use the white ones for sure. It's size 22. So you'll see later how it looks like if you're using green. But at the moment, I only have green, so let's just use that for now. So I have peach. I think it's a peach, darker peach, a yellow one for the center, and then I also have a green one, but I was not able to show that earlier. So that's it. Okay, now we'll start. So using your scissor, ruler, and then pen or pencil, let's trace out the template for the petals. So let's just follow this existing one that we have. Okay, as mentioned earlier, determine the width and height of your petals. So for this template, we will use 8 inches in width and then 15 inches in height. Okay, so if you notice here, if you only use 6 inches or 4 inches, the petal would look very thin. So it doesn't satisfy the kind of petal that we are looking for. And since we have to grasp all the petals at the bottom, it would really not look like a cosmos at all. So let's try to extend the width to 8 inches. Then it will look a bit more like the cosmos petal now. It's a bit wider. Now we will trace the edge of the petals, the curved part. So if you see there are like three curves, one, two, three. So we will try to find the center. So it's up to you to do that. You can you can make whatever curve you want. Feel free to do that on your own. For this tutorial, I'm just following a sample petal that I see. So it's up to you to adjust however you like. Okay, now when it comes to the part where there's like a curvature in the petal, right? In the sides, if you notice on the actual flower. So also consider that when creating the template. So it gives like a natural effect of the petal. It doesn't look like it looks okay. It looks awkward and it's just straight at the sides of the flower. So try to make the a part of the petal in like in the top part a bit curved before cutting it. So you know you don't have to really make a template. You can just look at it and just cut directly. But for the sake of uniform petals, so I try to make one. But it's really up to you to decide on how you would do some tricks on how to make your work easier. All right, so I wanted to create the template so that I have a uniform petals when I glue both of them from front and back. So it's easier for my end. But you know, it's really up to you. You can make one and then you can just fold and cut and just follow the actual petal that you see. If you noticed here, I'm cutting a curve side of the petal and then slowly going to the center part, but not all the way to the center part. All right, so we have now the template that we are going to use. So at the almost last part, so we will group we will grasp the end of that petal for each of the petals. So it would look nicer. Okay, so I have here one roll of crepe paper. So we will just trace that template in here. It will be uh, in parallel within the grains. So if you see it's not across the grain, it's along the grain. For the petals of the cosmos flower, I was able to use one roll and like a one fourth of another roll. So one and one fourth rolls of crepe paper for the petals. And then, okay, if you see here, I'm just folding the page of the crepe paper so I can cut like four times, four pieces at a time. Okay, so we will now start cutting the petals. I actually forgot to get clips, so the template will be in place while I'm cutting the petals. So pardon for the delay. I went somewhere to get the clips. Okay, now I'm back with the clips. So I just have two right now. You can use as many as you want, okay? This is not a standard template. Feel free to improvise how you want to make templates. Right, so I'm just putting the clips at the sides so it will not move. For the rest of the succeeding videos here, I'm just cutting the petals, okay? Feel free to watch or make your own while watching this one. Okay, we now have the cut petals, and then we will just match them by twos. So we will glue them front and back. Okay, so next we will glue the petals with the floral wires. Let's just align the wires in each of the curved parts in the middle of those pointed ones. So use your glue gun, and then after you glue the first petal with the floral wire, glue the other petal on top of it. Okay, be careful because it's hot. So as much as possible, align the petals really well so that it will look nice, and then you won't have to cut again the excess ones. So that's why I created a template so that the petals are somehow uniformed and you will not have a rework to cut after you paste by pairs. As you noticed, the green ones is very really noticeable. I mean the floral wires. It's really noticeable on the petal if it's green. So please use white ones. For this tutorial, I'm just using green one because it's the only material available for a floral wire that I can use. It's an existing one that I have, but I already ordered white ones that I will use in my next giant flower tutorial. Okay, so glue each of the edges or the sides of the petal so it will not fly out when there is wind. And it will also look more well put up or very clean looking. So I'm just trying to grab the bottom part of the petal and see how it looks. Okay, next is you will do the same for the rest of the 8 pairs of petals. I was also thinking of spraying the middle part, so I grabbed the spray paint. I stepped out for a bit, so just bear with some time. And okay, so I'm just trying to check here if it would look nice. I think it looks nice. So I went ahead and spray painted. No, I didn't spray painted it yet because I haven't finished glue gluing all the other petals. So just continue making the other petals, and then you can spray paint it afterwards. So as you can see here, I'm just working on the other petals that are not yet finished. So please go ahead and make the rest. You can watch until the end of the video for this one.